Neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. Tight. Mike 51.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen punches with a catch over the middle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
You can't block me.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
On the read option, it's Mariota. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Come on. Big dance. Come. Hey, Mike 51.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Mariota. Forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd and 4. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He finds Coleman. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Deshaun Jackson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. To throw, it's Allen. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Get that quarterback! And all, kill.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Number 53, Mike 53. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him alert. Play
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Mike. Pass 85, pass 85. Hey, Orvin. 53 is the mic.
Allen now on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen now to throw again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Steve McClendon, credit him for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
You go tight. Topper!
Now Leonard Fournette. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you together.
Fournette. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
'49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing now is Allen. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 6-0 our score after 1. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. And again, it's Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Steve McClendon able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon.
Let's go, Nitty!
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Mike, 50. Top 10. Mike. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Hey, Team 6. Team 6. Whip. Watch the whip.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So you're a boxing guy. How do you score that on your boxing card? A very long drive, but 3 points.
And I really want to do my boxing analyst voice right here, but I'm going to keep it normal for us, right? I call it a draw. That type of a drive has to feel good, right? You take it all the way downfield, you control the ball, control the clock. But they only got 3 points out of it. So defensively, it could have been worse, right? So I give it a draw.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 2.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Show it up. One.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check three. Three.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Check 53 is right. Come on, baby. Three. Hey, switch gears.
Mariota now from the 50. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down. Going to throw again. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Melvin Ingram make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
But that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Mariota now after the fumble recovery. The throw to the left side caught by Coleman. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tevin Coleman with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Zerline now for the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
13, 49ers 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Second and 12 at the 25-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike 53. I got
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
He's checking crap. One. Big guy.
Working out of the gun, Mariota going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Allen now looks to throw, and this one's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Kill.
Now a look at the backup, Daniel. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now they hand off to Coleman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Mariota, option left, and now he'll tuck it and run. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Hey, here we go.
That'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Switch up, switch up. Check 52. One. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 53 is the mic. 53. Check 53. Bring it. Bring it.
From the gun, Mariota. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Strong right. Strong right. Alert. 3 down. Check. 3. 1. Shoot. 1. Mike 51. Box track. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Mike 51.
Mariota. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patterson. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing, Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jakeem Grant. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards, a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Allen now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. They'll run with Fournette. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
To the air, Allen. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll mix.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
On second down now, it's Coleman. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Third and long here for Mariota. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
First down.
Check 53 is mine. I got you, punk. Check.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 more on that one and another first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Where are they, team? 1, 3, 3.
Now Mariota. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devon Kennard, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here's Mariota, option left. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Mariota to throw it. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Devon Kennard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. Let's go! Their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Hey, wahoo!
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Now Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
I smell fear in that. 5 wide. Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Bring it.
Hey, exit. Here we go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Come on, set. Run.
One.
I'm scared.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tevin Coleman with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good.
Keeps the score Seahawks 26, 49ers 3.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Oh, my goodness. I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Allen, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick, there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to the air. Daniel on second down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw, it's Allen. And he gets it to Funchess, complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone, so a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He's going to air one out. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jakeem Grant, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. Zerline now for the PAT. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd and 1, Allen, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the run. Watch Sunday. Watch the safety.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm going back to you.
Here's Allen. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also by what he's seeing on defense. Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
53, Mike. Cut.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You think you're going to get this? You think three. Check 24. Buzz.
To throw is Mariota. Fighting to stay up, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Nick Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Third and 12.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Check. Crunch.
Here's Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Coleman. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, one thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Middle.
Watch the twist.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
At the 41-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Half 85. We go.
Throwing now is Allen. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
All day, just like that. Just like that. Check 99. Check 99.
Where are they, team? One.
50. Go.
Where are they good?
On 2nd and 15 now. Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
One.
Now Mariota. And he's going to go down again. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Allen being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Middle.
50. Push him back. Push him back. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist.
Allen looks to throw on second down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Here's Allen to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Blue 18.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd.
On first down, Coleman. Room here to run. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks,